Second thing I was going to mention to you is I was going to say dancing with your wife was really profitable.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I did not even expect it to be that big of a deal, and the fact that it just fostered so many videos and so many reactions and so many talking points is fast. I want to ask your take on all of them.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a weird thing that's happened, and people, because I asked my chat earlier this, and maybe it's always been a thing, and I just wasn't aware of it as much. It feels like with the red pill stuff over the past few years, people have gotten obsessed with like hunting, like trying to find guys who are by exes, trying to figure out who's getting cheated on. Like it's like an obsession online right now. So basically, anything that even remotely plays into that, like it happens with Sneeko, it happens with me. Like people are like obsessively searching for it. So obviously a dancing clip like fosters that type of, or facilitates that type of like analysis, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel about it?
Personally? I mean, I don't really care. I mean, like Melina does like dancing. I don't dance ever. So I mean, like, yeah, if she wants to dance with people, I don't. You two seem like you're having fun. I don't really. It's like I don't like think about it that much. Like I think if you guys were behind me, if you were like doing some like, if you were going like hardcore like grinding or whatever, like maybe I would probably feel a lot differently about it. But like I also like my sister did like 6 years of dance. Oh God, and I hated it. And I had to go to all of her recitals growing up and shit. So like I'm aware of like what formal dance looks like. In my mind, dancing isn't always like an insanely hardcore sexual thing. But I guess for a lot of people, when they think dancing, they think of like the club where people don't even dance, because people don't dance in clubs. They just grind on each other. They're not even really dancing, right? So I guess like that's where most people's associations are drawn from. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I heard so many people like, oh, ABBA's pulling moves and doing all this stuff. I'm like, bruh, I don't think I've ever spoken to Melina privately in my entire life. Like, this whole like narrative that people are flipping up, and I thought it was interesting on the outside looking in, because when that first unfolded right afterwards, I remember we were sitting there like, oh, people are going to make clips. But did you ever think it was going to be as big as it was, with even Andrew Tate chiming in and all these other people?
Yeah, basically anything that happens. Like if all three of us were to go shooting and you were to show Melina, like, I don't know if you have any experience, but if you were to show Melina like how to shoot a rifle, it would be the exact same thing. Like like every time Melina goes to Sneeko's house to do like a stream or whatever, it's the exact same thing. Like anything, like people are obsessed with like projecting onto my life. Like anytime she talks to or does anything different with anybody, that's what people are talking about. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think you're going to keep hearing about that clip for a long time. My bad, man. I didn't really think it would be that big of a thing. I know it feels weird because it's kind of blown back on you, and I never thought it'd get to that point. At the same time, I don't think it's something that anybody should feel bad about or shouldn't happen, because I think if you do, then you're essentially giving into how these people should think relationships should be legislated, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Right?
Well, yeah, so, but also even to be clear, like even if me and Melina had a traditional close relationship, I wouldn't give a fuck if she did like walk through like a waltzer dance moves with another person. Like how would I ever care about that? Like even if I was in a close relationship, I wouldn't care. So it doesn't even have to do with like relationship styles, but yeah.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either. But I just think the fact that people are so judgmental about it and it's come back on you so hard. There's like part of it's like, all right, maybe don't do that stuff online. But it's like, why should that kind of stuff have to be hidden? Just because other people might have some negative judgments about like how they want to, like, if you don't want that in your relationship, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, just don't do it in yours. But even the way like people come at it, it's like part of me is like, all right, maybe not do that stuff online. I was like, wait, why should I stop? There's nothing wrong with what we did. So like, who cares, right? And so I don't know. That was like thoughts. I didn't know if you felt like that's something that you'd never want to have to experience again.
No, I don't care. You make it sound like a traumatic event. I understand what you're saying though. Like I appreciate you asking, but no, I super don't give a. Like even like me and Melina have talked, because now Melina's starting to feel bad as she gets more involved in these spaces that everybody calls me a because of like her relationship stuff. And so she's like, you know, like I usually hook up with girls and stuff, like maybe I should say that on shows. And she said that on the whatever podcast. And now I'm like, wait, I don't give a fuck if you hook up with girls or guys. I don't care if you 10 guys last week. Like I don't want anybody around me to try like, oh, we've got to like soften the blow. That's like, I don't give a fuck. This is my lifestyle. Like if I didn't want it, I wouldn't do it. The idea that I'm like being like cucked or forced into some lifestyle that I'm not choosing is just so unreal to me. But it's just because like the red pill shit has gotten so popular over the past like year or two. And I think people project a lot of their insecurities and shit on me. So it's like, I think
they don't understand it. So the only thing they could imagine is that you're deeply uncomfortable, but you just accept it because they can't accept it for themselves. But I mean, I don't know why you would care that deeply. Like, that's one of the things I don't understand about the whole thing. Is like somebody wants to sit there and allow other people to bang their girls or dance, whatever. Like, why do you care? What is it? Why is it so important to you? But
yeah, and that's something like I almost wish I was an actual cuck, because I say that every time I call it out too. Because like even if people were cucks, who the fuck cares? Like if somebody, like I joked about this online. Do you know who? You don't know who Gross Score is, right?
No.
He's like a guy that does actual cuck stuff and talks about it a lot.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. I remember him.
He looks like, you know what? He looks like he's living his best fucking life right now. And you know what? If he enjoys it, he's happy, he's fine with it, then fuck it, dude. That's more, honest to God, at this point in my life, that's more than I could say for most people I know. If you're like genuinely having doing something, like fuck it, if you enjoy it, you like it, whatever, fuck it, go for it, dude. Who cares? But it's like like the cuck hunting and like all of the massive insecurities. Like it's gotten to a point where like I feel like I could survey men in certain spaces and say like, if your girlfriend like has had more than like 2 ex-boyfriends, like does that count as getting like fucking like temporally cucked or whatever? Like I feel like people actually feel that way. Like yeah, like it's basically cuckoldry if your girl has ever like fucked another guy before or like talks to a dude. Like it's insane, but you know, that is what it is.
Another aspect of it that I didn't think about in the moment that really hit me later was the racial component. That has been brought up a lot.
Oh, I'm surprised you don't think about that more. That's interesting.
Well, because I didn't think about it because I didn't think of the situation as anything weird. Do you understand? So even me like adding a sexual component of my race would have never came into the picture because I'm like, who cares, right? This is not a weird moment. But after the fact, once I realized that people were seeing it as like something weird, intimate, or sexual, then the whole blackness thing came about. And I think, honestly, me being black probably amplified everything, and you being a white man, because there's so much porn that reflects that.
Yeah, the black like sexualization and fetishization is insane. Yeah,
I've heard so many women tell me before that like they've dated men who wouldn't be comfortable
being with a girl that's ever been with a black guy.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, it is a thing. Oh fuck! Hold on. One second. I gotta mute for a second. Not related to Melina.
I don't think. You know what I think it is? You know what I think it is?
I'm unmuted, but yeah, go. Just don't refer to anything in particular, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. You were muted this whole time?
Yeah. I was muted when telling it because I don't know if there was.
Okay. I was just gonna say. I think it just might be because you're quasi famous.
Well,
I think that's close to being black.
Maybe a little bit, but okay.
I'm just saying.
I agree. I mean, I do say the N-word a lot.
In a dating context, I think it would intimidate a lot.
Maybe, but okay.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. We'll move past that portion right there. Wait, no. I was going to bring something up.
Yeah,
we were talking about the whole black thing, right? What were we talking about?
Yeah, that like black stuff around sexuality. Like it's always like the BBC is gonna spoil her and shit. Like the black savage is gonna come in for the poor untamed white woman pussy or whatever.
Yeah. There's so many dudes who feel that kind of insecurity when it comes to black dudes with their girls. And when I think about that, I don't know. To me, it's just I can be in a lot of scenarios with a woman, and I think because specifically I'm a black guy, that heightens the idea of something sexual going on as a result. And it plays into people like how many people drew me and they'd be like, look as the BBC cucks the little blue-haired weak feminist.
Yeah,
like all that stuff plays into the dynamics.
And it starts to feel weird too because like people are like drawing pictures of like Melina getting by a black guy, and it's like this is starting to feel a little bit kind of weird. Like this is your fantasy. Like what is going on here? Yeah, holy shit.
I appreciate that, Destiny.
All right, bye. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.